Hello, my name's Emma Walker, the Principal of Geraldton Senior High School. I just wanted to put this little video together at a time of uncertainty and some anxiety amongst our parents about COVID-19, the pandemic. Firstly, I would like to assure parents that the school is a safe environment for all students. And as a school, we've been following guidelines all year already provided by the Department of Education, Healthy WA and our state government. It's important that you know as parents that we're observing a range of COVID-safe measures, such as ventilation assessments in our classrooms. Assessments of each of our classrooms has already been undertaken in January, and some classrooms have been provided with additional air purifiers to filter the airflow. These classrooms are open for an extra hour a day to ensure fresh air is rotated through them. Our doors are open, windows, air conditioners and fans are on. And this is all to ensure that as much as possible we're providing fresh airflow into those areas of learning. We have hand sanitizer available and being used by students every block as they go into classroom. Additional cleaning is occurring through the school. In every surface, this has been increased. Signage has been placed around the school to remind students to wash their hands and practice safe and healthy hygiene practices. We have a Safe WA app where parents and visitors are encouraged to sign in using our Safe WA app when entering the school. Our visitors are asked to be vaccinated and sign in using the WA Safe app. Vaccinations, all of the staff in this school are either double vaccinated and working towards their booster vaccination, of which they are compliantly ensuring that they have met these expectations when it is due. Students are not required to be vaccinated. However, some of our students in upper school are currently vaccinated due to their work placement, apprenticeship or traineeship. The use of face masks. As you know, the protocols have asked that all students and staff now use a face mask at our school. Teachers may sometimes temporarily remove their mask while they're presenting and instructing students, but students are asked to wear this reliably and at all times in class. And I really want to thank many of our parents who supported this protocol in our school to help keep everyone safe. While students are outdoors and in physically spaced areas and eating and drinking, it's okay at recess and lunch to drop the mask throughout this eating and drinking process. We have a first aid officer who is facilitating any student who becomes unwell at the school site or during the day to be promptly picked up by parents and to ensure that that student is able to get the help that they need with their parent. I wanted to go through a little bit about how the process and what will happen if and when we might experience a positive case in our school. Firstly, if you as a parent and your child has been contacted by the health department as a close contact, then you are required to isolate. I'm asking all parents to provide this evidence of the text or the email you receive, to text student services in the normal way in our normal absentee fashion, and providing this evidence, we can then ensure that your child meets an educational program code in our absentee system. And we will ensure that their educational pathway is maintained for the 7 days of their isolation. This will require the student to engage on Connect for some of the days in their classes, and we will still be considering that your child is attending school. If your child is unwell or has any sort of flu-like symptoms, we should always encourage your child to stay away and stay at home. And of course, you would send an SMS to the usual fashion of our absentee student services officers. However, if your child is showing COVID symptoms, such as fever, history of fever without a known source, or acute respiratory symptoms, we would suggest that you as a parent firstly administer a RAT test and find out whether that's a positive or negative result for COVID. If there's a negative result for COVID, we would ask that you keep your child at home until your child is not symptomatic and is now well. If your child has a positive RAT test, as parents you will have read a lot of the health advice, which then encourages you to go and ensure that your child takes a PCR test to affirm that positive result. If your child is a positive and confirmed case on a PCR test, you must notify the school immediately. Please ensure that you notify Student Services, myself by email, or the email case of the school. You must isolate for a minimum of 7 days when this occurs. And as you know from the health advice, at day 7, if the symptoms are relieved, you may come back to school. If they're not, you are to continue isolating. This advice is on the Department of Health website. What is important that as a school, we are able to find out immediately if a child or a student in our school is confirmed as a positive case by PCR. If you have been a close contact and again your child develops symptoms, the same applies. Please keep your child home to isolate. Ensure that you perhaps do a RAT and confirm this positive case with a PCR test. There are some students who will be in isolation then because they are sick with COVID. If we do receive notification that a student in our community is positive in a PCR test, I will ensure communication by email to every member of the community. All parents and staff will be informed. This will be de-identified data, of course, but it will alert you to the fact that we would like all parents and staff to be particularly vigilant about any symptoms that their child might be experiencing. From there, I will be analysing, based on the Health Department advice, the close contacts of that child and working in conjunction with the parent and the student to ensure that we establish the close contacts for that case. You might know and have read already that close contacts are now specified as 2 people that have been working together without masks, one-on-one, for more than 15 minutes, or for a class or a group of people who have been working without masks for a space or a time allocation of more than 2 hours. For some of our students, this might only be 1 or 2 students that would be classified as a close contact. For other students, if they're remaining in several classes, this may be more. Please be assured that if your child is in a position of being determined to be a close contact, you will be immediately communicated by the school, myself and my executive team, to ensure that they're given the opportunity, asked to isolate, and you are fully alert to the potential for any symptoms or the close contact. All students who are asked to isolate for 7 days are able to get onto our Connect pages, where we have a range of work available for students who are in the position where they're studying their educational program at home. As long as we are working together and you're notifying the school, I trust that their educational pathway will continue. Geraldton Senior High School will remain open and ensure that whilst we are working together and you're relying on the information provided by the school, that we will have a fantastic and a collaborative way forward through managing this health crisis together. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. Please email me on emma.walker@education.wa.edu.au, and I'm here to help you through. Thank you.